Let's talk about how to look at a work of art. The critique process is an important part of the overall visual art education experience. When we critique a work of art, we don't just say, oh, I like it, oh, I don't like it. And it's certainly okay to like or not like a work of art. But we want to give an informed, disciplined, and well thought out evaluation of the work of art before we come to that judgment. So Edmund Feldman was an art educator at the University of Georgia who developed a 4-step method for the critique process. Those 4 steps are going to be outlined here. They're description, analysis, interpretation, and judgment. So let's follow those as we take on the critique process. The first step is description. This is an objective opportunity for you to say what you see in the work of art. Okay? You're not interpreting it. It's very, like I said, objective. You're going to find out who is the artist. What's the artwork titled? Sometimes that's helpful if it's an abstract or a non-representational painting or work of art. Where was it created? That certainly helps us to really get a good understanding of what we're looking at. What's the subject? Is there a subject? And what's the medium or the media? Now, media or medium refers to the materials used in a work of art. It could be clay, metal, paint, charcoal, etc. The next step that we're going to look at in the art criticism process is the analysis. Now you're going to really consider how the work is organized. And this refers back to the elements of design, which we've discussed. The elements consist of line, shape, value, which is lights and darks, color, texture, space. And how do they impact the work of art? For example, what role does texture play? How is lights and darks used? Does line play an important role? Not all elements of art are going to play a significant role in every work of art. But if color makes a big impact, or negative space is huge, that's going to be something that you begin to consider in your critique. The next step is interpretation. What's it about? And what is the artist trying to say? And what evidence from the artwork supports that? So if you think pretty strongly that the artwork makes, for example, a political statement, or you think the artwork is clearly an illustration of a dream, or you think the artwork has to do with an event from history, use examples from the artwork, evidence to support your opinion. And don't be afraid to have a different opinion than your classmates. Really trust your own intellect, your own creativity, and sometimes even your gut when interpreting a work of art and trying to figure out what you think it is that the artist is trying to say. The final step in the method of art criticism is judgment. So this is the opportunity for you to say if you like it or not. Okay, so I'm an art teacher, I'm an artist, yet I don't like every work of art that I see in a museum or a gallery, and that's okay. But I'm going to give an informed judgment before I make that claim. And what is it? Why is it that I like certain artwork that you might not like? What kind of art do you feel is successful? Do you like art that mimics the real world? Do you like art that has a strong emotional content? I personally get really excited about paintings. There's certain things that we all like, because viewing a work of art can certainly be a subjective experience, and this is our opportunity to share that. Once again, here's our review of the method of art criticism, the 4 steps: description, analysis, interpretation, and judgment.